good old F Mart. Best hot dogs in town, they say. Well, here we are, walking along in the piney woods, out on the Foothills Trail. Absolutely beautiful. I'm just loving this. First solo hike. I think I may have already said I'm about half a mile in, just a little over 0.7 miles maybe. I am looking forward to whatever this adventure may bring. So I'm walking along here, along the trail, and I notice a pair of white shorts and a cooking pot. Someone's running around naked after some pot. Well, I've already done 4 miles. Well, roughly 4 miles, 3.9 anyways. Don't really know what time it is, but it can't be that late. I'm actually really surprised at how quick I've gone. I think that I'm probably going to slow down a little bit. Enjoy the hike a little bit more, because I've kind of been booking it. Alright, well, I found a great spot for camp. I've got my water purifier hanging up. Over here I've got my pack hanging up. Got my hammock all set up and ready for the night. I got a ditty bag over there, journal and things like that. And then I've got some there. So that kind of gives you an idea of what we're looking at. Thermometer, just because I'm goofy and I even hang my shoes up. You can't really see it from here, but if you were to go up this trail, up over there, probably a ways is where I've got the bear bag. So it's far enough away I don't suspect it should cause any trouble. Plenty of distance between me, the trail, and me and water. So all set. I've established a fire pit using best practices that I was taught through outdoor leadership by first digging a plug here and setting it aside. It's probably about a 2-inch plug, and then removing some dirt. That gives me the ability, once all of the sticks over here that I've broken down into different sizes just for convenience. Man, does that make it convenient. Once everything's burned down to nothing but ash, then, and I'm done, dump all of the dirt back in the hole, put the plug back on, and it looks like I was never here. Well, fire's still going, which is good. Got probably about half the amount that I did have. I'm way too full. I used the real thin bread. Had 2 of those that would make 2 sandwiches. So 4 slices of bread basically. Pizza sauce, mozzarella cheese, pepperoni, and some salami, and God, it was just way too much food. I had to gorge myself to eat it all. So I don't know. All that's left over from dinner. A tea bag, 2 pieces of aluminum foil, and for dessert I've got these little miniature carrot cakes. So this is going to be delicious and fun, but this stuff has got to go back up in the bear bag because I pack everything out, except for, like poo. The way I knocked out the mileage, I don't know if I'm going to be able to make it another night tomorrow. That just really depends upon how fast I go. If I go slow enough, I can't sit around camp for that long. But we'll see. Alright, so nighttime at the camp. What have we got here in the temperature? 52. It's probably something like 8 o'clock at night. Fire is slowly burning out. trying to get as many of these coals to go away as possible, so I will have nothing but ash in the morning. I want to make sure that it's nice and done before I go to sleep. It's definitely getting a little cool out. I'm just trying to have a little bit of fun, getting ready for bed, been doing some worshiping, really been having a great time with the song Indescribable. I think Chris Tomlin does it. Indescribable, uncontainable, you place the stars in the sky, and you know them by name. You are amazing, God. That one. It's a great song. If you don't know it, look it up. It's wonderful. God's really been working on my heart tonight about my lack of trust in Him here recently, and how I just really need to focus on Him, because I'm not going to be capable of doing anything on my own. It's only through the power of Christ through me. So this is probably good night until in the morning. See you then. Well, I didn't sleep too great until probably the last 2 hours. It was I was nice and warm. In fact, the first probably 2-3 hours I was way too toasty, so I almost didn't even sleep in my in my my top quilt at all. Let's see. Really, I think it was all the coyotes. They were everywhere last night. Coldest it got last night, 46 degrees. That's what it still is out right now. I'm gonna make some breakfast and get ready to head on out. Gonna kind of see how it goes. I'll tell you what, I'm not really sure what kind of leaves these are, but these are probably some of my favorite for when I'm taking a bathroom in the forest floor. Man, they're big enough that you can fold them over. You've got 2-ply. So biodegrades a whole lot faster than biodegrades a whole lot faster than toilet paper, and one less thing I have to carry in or pack out. Real soft. Some natural oils are really quite cozy. See, you can just barely tell that there was ever anything here. You can still see a little bit I've got to do to kind of move the plug back into position, but you can hardly tell that there was anything here, particularly no evidence of a fire whatsoever. Kind of the long shot. So like you can kind of see around the edge here, I still have some work to do disguising it, but all in all, that's one of those things to try to leave no trace. Not sure if you can see, got my mini atomic going. Thanks, Tiniot, Mini Bull Design. Got this homemade lid that I did for my Snow Peak 600. Windscreen out of the bottom of an old lasagna pan. Works really well. Only weighs about an ounce. But I got some Starbucks mocha, the Vias. It's hot, but man, that's good stuff. Not something like a minute after I laid down in my hammock last night for the first time, was looking up through the trees through there, and I saw a shooting star. It was just beautiful, a large star, meteorite, really. God, it was wonderful. It was such a nice reminder of how calming everything can be out here. I'm leaving the Sloan Bridge parking lot. About to head up South Carolina 107 to make it onto the Sloan Bridge Trail. Today's estimated mileage is going to be somewhere around 10-ish miles. Haven't decided about staying out tonight. Not a big deal if I do, not a big deal if I don't, in my opinion. I don't get out that often, so I'd really like to. Last night went pretty well, but we're going to see. It's going to try to take it slow, monitor myself, and have some fun. About 11:30 on Saturday morning. Got mile marker 3.4 or so on the Sloan Bridge Loop. It's beautiful out here. It's gotten a little chillier as the wind comes through. Five years ago, this is where we camped out on our first night of the 3-day instructional backpacking trip. Brad Barron laid here and I laid here, using this tree as our basis for our tarp. Over here where I've got my hiking poles, marks closely where the spot was where we made a campfire pit. First learned how to do that, and Lori was laying down inside of it because she's small and could fit. Lady's tarp was up here. Just met Mace Man 21 on the trail, another Hammock Forums member. He and another guy both had hammocks. Well, I'm just about done. I decided to go on and head on out. I'm like a half a mile away from the car, I think. It's absolutely beautiful. I'm gonna miss it, but still early in the day yet. Thanks for all the support. Well, walking here along in the piney woods of the Foothills Trail. I'm only, oh no,